Hello, my fellow project managers. I know lots of you are wondering, what am I going to learn from this guy? What am I going to learn from this course? Well, let me show you a few things in ChatGPT. I know those of you who are project managers want to get pragmatic. You do know that the project manager spends 70 to 90% of the time doing what? Communicating. And therefore, ChatGPT can really help you in crafting your communications, in crafting documents and charts. That's right, charts. Even to the level of WBSs and schedules. But there's so much I have to show you. I'll just show you a few things. Take, for example, if you are a project manager in a firm and you're trying to put together a project charter for any kind of project, I mean, you name any kind of project, you can develop a project charter with ChatGPT for it. So why don't we jump straight in to ChatGPT and let me show you how things work. So if you want to develop a project charter, you could put in a command, develop a project charter for a software refresh project of SAP for a Fortune 500 with 50,000 users. Boom. Typos and all, ChatGPT is able to decipher what exactly I'm saying. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger and let's close that preview and let's make it bigger. And that's the power of ChatGPT. This takes away the need for a whole lot of unnecessary pain and toil in thinking. Think about it. The same way Google gives you a head start by using its search functionality, ChatGPT gives you a head start in thinking. There's absolutely nothing wrong in asking ChatGPT to give you some ideas. And this is what it has come out with, a very robust breakdown. And it's still going, just to show you the level of its attention to detail. Now, what happens when you get information out of ChatGPT? You open up Word or Excel, or whatever tool of choice, you copy what you have here. That's simple. You get into the tool, such as Word, you go to paste, hit that, boom, there's your charter draft. It's a draft, okay? This is a draft, but it gives you something to begin to talk about with your team. It gives your team something to be able to interact around. This is one of the things ChatGPT can do, as simple as ABC. Now, go into some of the more advanced applications of ChatGPT. I know lots of you do a whole lot of analysis. Well, if you had a spreadsheet to analyze, for example, you could just drag the spreadsheet in to ChatGPT, as simple as this. You could just drag it straight in, and you can ask it, what is this? And it will analyze that spreadsheet for you. Let me bring up a spreadsheet that I've got from the Army Corps of Engineers. This is in public domain. I'm going to drag it straight in there. You see that? Boom, drop it in. And I'm going to ask, analyze this spreadsheet for me. What is it? When you have put in your command, it's as simple as clicking the button. Boom. Find out what this is, analyze it. Let's go down to where ChatGPT is doing the analysis. You can see that green box with a spinning wheel. It is thinking. It is asking, what is this? Based on what I can see, what is this? Likely. And there you can see, it is analyzing the information, breaking it down into the fields, telling you what the fields are, still going, breaking it down in such a way that you as the user understands what exactly this table is. And this is just a tiny little bit of the functionalities of ChatGPT. It can create documents if you're a project manager, project charter, project management plan, lessons learned, issue log, risk registers, the whole 9 yards. It can create it all. And not just that, it can analyze huge amounts of data as you're seeing right here in this spreadsheet. It just analyzed thousands of parameters in that big old sheet that I just brought up on the screen. And for those of you who are wondering, okay, Phil, how big was that sheet really? Was it maybe just a few lines long? No, that was a pretty huge spreadsheet. Take a look. You see all that information in the sheet, and this goes down for miles on end. You see that? Goes all the way down. Lots of information about vendors and contractors that are in that database, and that's public domain information. But then it says, to further analyze the data, we can answer specific questions like, and it's even given you an idea of how you can analyze it. But I'm going to ask it a few simple questions. And one of the questions I'm going to ask it is, how many people in this spreadsheet are named John, Mary, and Frank? That's simple. Let's see how quickly it can do it. How many people or contractors are named Frank, Mary, Jack, Joe, or Sarah? It's going to go away and do its analysis as always. You can see the green box with a spinning wheel. It's thinking. And there are 14 contractors or points of contact in the database that match Frank, Mary, Jack, Joe, or Sarah. Then I can get pretty specific and I can say, how many are named Mary? How many are named Mary? It's thinking, doing its count. There are 2 contractors with the name of Mary. This is the power of GPT. All that stuff we had to do with formulas in Excel and all of those tricks of macros, you don't even have to do that. It does it for you. Now, beyond the initial functionality that I'm showing you, there is more that you can do with the tool. So I'm going to show you one more piece of functionality of ChatGPT. And to do that, I'm going to open up the plugins, because I know a lot of folks don't even know that there are plugins in here. There are plugins in ChatGPT 4. And these plugins, when you enable them, they do magic. I tell you, they do all sorts of magic. So I'm going to open a few. Let me choose those that would be of interest to a project manager. Maybe Smart Slides. What else? Perhaps Lucid Charts, because I know project managers love their charts. They love their charts. All right, so let's put that in. And let me show you how to use these. So, assuming management says, I want you to create a report in a slide deck, and you've only got 30 minutes. What do? If you are able to use ChatGPT to at least create a framework of how the report would be, you go to ChatGPT and this is what you do. You say, create a report on schedule, cost, scope, and key issues, risks, and decisions in a 12-page PowerPoint showing the project is over budget by 10% and ahead of schedule. Scope is at risk. That's all you need to do. High-level information, and boom, you hit the enter button and ChatGPT is going to build you a PowerPoint deck. That's right. Let's zoom in and see what it's doing under the hood. It's using Smart Slides. How does it know to do that? Well, it's a large language model. It's working on a network of dependencies and ideas. It's smart. It's mimicking human thinking. That's why it's called artificial intelligence, right? let me expose you to a little bit more of the brilliance of ChatGPT. By the time it's done, my friends, all you need do is click a button and download a completed PowerPoint deck that takes your ideas, your commands. Take note of the multiple steps of interaction that have happened. I've given it a command. It's thinking, it's doing an analysis, it's trying to understand context, it's trying to frame what I said, and boom, I've created a 12-page PowerPoint presentation. So many parameters in what I've given it to do, but it didn't miss a beat, and it spits out a link. Let's click that link. Boom, it's downloaded that link, and we're going to click up there and take a look at what ChatGPT has done. And there you have it. It has used the Smart Slides plugin to create a 12-page, not counting the first page, of course, slide deck. My goodness, if this isn't awesome, I don't know what is. This is awesome. We're going to go here into the design and office theme, and there you have it. And all you need do, the click of a button gives you a very fancy looking deck. If you wanted to go to the next level, well, you could use the designer and do more. You could make it even fancier just in a few clicks. This is the power of ChatGPT combined with PowerPoint and combined with the Smart Slides plugin. If this doesn't excite you, let's just turn the video off, because it excites me, I tell you. And that is just one. Let me show you one more thing we could do with this. Create a WBS for a software refresh project for Oracle implementation of 10,000 users. 3-level WBS, not too much detail. I don't even need to tell it to use Lucid Chart. I just hit enter and it knows what to do, because it knows Lucid Chart is associated with work breakdown structures. My goodness, mind-blowing stuff. I'm telling you, you don't learn this in any other course right here on Udemy. You don't. I'm bringing it to you fresh and new. I'm showing you the latest and greatest. I'm updating this course, my friends, every single time I get an update. So I don't know what you're waiting for, but if you're still watching me, hey, the memo is you need to look for the button and click it and join this training, because I want to come on this journey with you, and I want you to ask me, oh, there we are, there's a WBS, it's done. Hey, the microwave ping just sounded, and there is a WBS. We actually have a link where we can go in and adjust the WBS. Let's click on the Lucid Chart link, and it's trying to open up the chart in a format where we have more control over the output. It's processing the information, trying to generate our diagram, and what do you know, my friends? You can tweak this as much as you like, okay? I know the WBS police are going to be like, well, I don't see the lines. Come on now, this is the beginning. You got to put a little bit of work in for yourself. You know what else you could do? Let's go back here. You could say, great. Now, put this into a table format. Hit the enter button. Again, it knows what to do. It is choosing A+ Doc Maker. That is its tool of choice to create a table that I can use as a project manager to effectively communicate with my audience. Brilliant. Don't you agree? The gears are turning, the wheels are turning. I've converted the WBS into a table format in a docx document. You can download it here. Let's click on that. And boom, there's your table. And not just that, you can actually download it in any of these fancy formats. You can download it in PDF, you can download it in docx, you can print it, you can take it to Google, you could edit it, you could edit it further, you could have a feature poll on this if you want, all sorts of stuff in the A+ Doc Maker. I'm just going to choose download PDF. There's my PDF. Let's click on that and boom, look at it, nicely formatted, everything done. You didn't lift a finger other than give it an instruction. That's the power of AI. So with that, my friends, I invite you, join me on this course. You will not be disappointed. You're going to learn a whole lot. Later on in the course, I'm actually showing you the power of Midjourney. I'm also showing you DALL-E. I have a little critique of DALL-E. And by the time we're done, you will become a monster in the area of project management and AI, because ain't nobody doing it the way I do it. So click the link